Hey everybody, Sarah here. So it is Saturday, um, and I'll be uploading this straight away once I've made this. Um, Not much has happened. Hang on, what did I uploaded a video that went up about just before midnight on New Year's Eve. Well, it went up just before midnight, going into New Year's Day. If you know what I mean. So it went up New Year's Eve, just before midnight, going into New Year's Day. Um, yeah. So I've already said my Happy New Year, but I'll say it again. Happy New Year. Happy 2003. 2003? My God, I'm going 2023. Um, I know I said 2003 because next week's video will be, well, you'll find out, and then you realise why I had 2003 in my head. Um, yeah, so not much has happened in this past week. Um, Tottenham lost on New Year's Day. I don't know if it was 2-0, I can't remember. They played yesterday? Yesterday or the day before? No, I think it was the day before, Wednesday. I'm sure it was. And it was 4-0. It's funny because, like, I think at half time it was 0-0. They were playing Crystal Palace, I think. It was 0-0 at half time. And because I was looking at it online, I wasn't couldn't find anywhere to watch, so I was looking at the score online. So like I looked just after half time. Well, when the second half had started, whatever time it was, and it was 1-0, and it was a Harry Kane goal. So I was like, yeah, Harry Kane scored. Come on, Harry. Um, I'm not sure what time I looked at that, and then I looked. It must have been a little while then before I looked again. I think it was either just about to finish or I'd already finished. And I looked, and it was 4-0. I was like, hang on, 4-0. I went from like being 0-0 to 1-0 to 4-0 in the three times I looked. So, yeah, so I looked to see who scored. Um, it was two Harry Kane goals. Was it like 5 minutes between the goals or something like that? I can't remember. And then it was someone else who I can't remember the name of. And then there was, and then the fourth goal was by Son. Um, yeah, so come on, Tottenham. Um, there is a game tomorrow, but it's FA Cup, so it's not affecting the Premiership table or anything. But I don't actually saw who Tottenham are playing. I think it's Portsmouth or Southampton. I don't even know if it's on. Hang on. Is it on? Everton and Everton, but what? Oh, that was today's game. I was going to say, oh yeah, Man United TV. Yeah, I was going to say, I was like literally watching on earlier. Um, oh, look at that. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Sorry about the lighting because I normally keep it like on the bit so it's like one what do you call it because I have to go on here. Um, on. FA Cup. Portsmouth. Crystal Palace goes Southampton. I knew it was Portsmouth and Southampton. I was going to think which one it was, but yeah, 12:30. Tottenham and Portsmouth at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Um, yeah, so that happening. Hopefully they win and they don't get knocked out by Portsmouth of all teams. But you never know with these FA Cups. I remember, I think it was last year in the FA Cup. There was I can't remember what team it was, but they were knocking out all the big teams. I think they knocked out Tottenham, and I think before Tottenham they knocked a few of the well-known ones, a couple, not a few, and then they ended up getting knocked out in the end anyway. But I was like, God, can they go all the way? Um, yeah, so there's that. Um, New Year. Oh, that is one of the things. New Year's Day, the Masked Singer started. It's on tomorrow. I think it was Sunday last week because obviously they didn't want to put it on New Year's Eve. But it is Saturday. It's on from now on. As far as I know. Yeah. So there was like one on there that was like pretending to be Scottish, or could have been Scottish, but they were actually pretending to be Scottish. And I was like, is that David Tennant? But I was like, but David Tennant can actually sing. But then it turned out, spoilers by the way, but then it turned out that, who was it? It was, oh, hang on. I need to, was it The Masked Singer? Um, how can they go on about who when he sings it when they haven't performed yet? Um, I want to find a thing. No, it's not. Oh, I'm not going through all of them, but oh my god, the person that got voted out was or eliminated from it was Ghost, and it was Chris Kamara. Um, and I think he's actually released an album or two. So when they like before they knew who it was, they know they can't sing, and I was like, when they watched for them, I was like, well, he can sing. He's had albums out. And obviously he's not Scottish as well. But when it's like I could do a Scottish accent, they said it's like he's either not Scottish or he's really Scottish and just making it stronger than it actually is. But it, like I said, he wasn't Scottish. But I was like, he's too short to be David Tennant. Um, oh, oh, I know what I'm looking for. Um, what's this one? What? No. Alright. I'm not going through all of them, but there is one in particular. Oh, actually, there's two. One of them is cat and mouse. When it got to the clue package, and was it cat and mouse? Yeah, it was cat and mouse. And there was 5 jars of herbs and spices, let's say. And as soon as I saw those, I thought they're spices, and there was a ginger one there. So I was thinking, it's a Spice Girl. And the judges were thinking, no, it says Jerry Halliwell, and I was thinking, well, she's got a famous husband. But then I was like, who is her husband? I couldn't think of his name. I know it was something Horner, I couldn't think, and it took me ages. Christian Horner. But then I thought, well, actually, I was thinking, well, I don't know who Mel B's with. I don't think Mel C's with anybody. I knew for sure it wasn't going to be David and Victoria. And then there was a clue that was going on about. I can't remember the whole thing, but it was something about. It had Jade in it, and I was like, Emma Bunton is a Spice Girl. She's married to Jade Jones from Damage. So that kind of like, I'm convinced that's who it is. That's Emma Bunton and Jade Jones. So, alright. This one. Who is Phoenix and what clues have been given so far? Everything you need to know. If you're looking for a reason to stay in this weekend, watching The Masked Singer is a perfect way to spend your Saturday evening. This time around, yeah, we're not include a very beautiful Phoenix who has already shown off their singing skills. So which celebrity is behind the Phoenix costume and what clues have been given? Here's what we know. Phoenix took the stage with Get Lucky by Daft Punk during week 1 and left the judges baffled as to who could be in the mask. Oh no, I was going to say something then, but I'll go through the rest of the things. I love the fact that the picture comes up as the person I think it is. Alright. Full list of clues, is that? Alright. They are hot and have risen from the ashes. They know how to follow a trail. Oh, first it was trail. I'm all flame and fire, my feathers ablaze. It may intrigue you to learn I've been a catchphrase. They're good at reinventing themselves. As a child, they were very quiet. Yeah. So, alright. When the person started talking, I was like, do you know what he sounds like? He sounds like Crawley in Good Omens. And Crawley is played by David Tennant. And then they're like, they are hot and have risen from the ashes. He's literally come back to Doctor Who. Not sure about the trail bit. Not sure about the catchphrase. It's thrown me because I'm like, I've been a catchphrase. I mean, to be fair, all the clues, all the guesses, I don't think there's like a catchphrase for any of them. Yeah, but it's the bit they're good at reinventing themselves. Phoenix, flames, reinventing themselves, rising from the ashes, regeneration. So I am convinced it's David Tennant, and I know I'm not the only one because there's been fans and also Jonathan Ross. I said David Tennant from the way he walks. And hang on, where's the other bit I saw? Where's the other bit I read? Oh, I can't find the other bit I read now, but it was going on about. It wasn't just about the way he walks. It was something else they said as well. But I can't find the bit that I read that on now. Yeah, so I'm convinced. Oh yeah, and like the get lucky bit. I mean, he got lucky by coming back to Doctor Who. So I'm convinced that nobody could tell me any different unless there's clues that completely say it isn't him. Alright, so there's that. And then the one thing, finally, I got to watch the film Operation Mincemeat. If you don't know what that film is, it's set during the Second World War, and it's a war drama following a secret World War II operation designed to disguise the Allied invasion of Sicily. It's kind of like the MI5, MI6. I think it's more like MI5, I think they mentioned. And they've got. Oh, did I say it was Jason Isaacs? I can't remember if I said that was his name now. Kelly MacDonald, Penelope Wilton, Colin Firth, and the two people I kind of watched it for. Well, I did watch it for. Matthew Macfadyen, because I bloody love him, and I nearly got the wrong brother then. Johnny Flynn. And I nearly got the wrong brother because Matthew Macfadyen has worked with Jerome Flynn. Yeah, so why? And you know, I didn't realise until I watched it. Johnny Flynn was playing Ian Fleming. I mean, the person who wrote Bond. And it was like funny they mentioned like there was it Sex, not Sex and Q. Q, there was a bit like something Q, and I was like, or Q Division, that's what it was. And I was like, Q, where all the gadgets are. Q in thingy, James Bond films. And then there was also mentioned, I'm sure on this somewhere they mentioned spooks, and I was like, oh, spooks? Matthew Macfadyen. Yeah, so I'm glad I finally got to watch that. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and the other thing that was on this week was still saying that I'm looking across Matthew Macfadyen here, Matthew Macfadyen here. Yeah, Stonehouse was on. I do not know about the MP beforehand, and I probably wouldn't have watched it if it was anybody else in it. But the fact Matthew Macfadyen was in that, and so was his real life wife, Keels. And it was actually really interesting, and it was like how he was like a rubbish spy, or they want whoever it was wanted him to spy for them. A different country wanted him to spy for them, like in the UK, and he was kind of rubbish at it. And I was like, he was a spy in Spooks. And then there was the whole thing about in Australia and his character and Keely's character. They played husband and wife in a program as well. And they were going to this safe house, and they say safe house, like spies do. And I was something to that like kind of thing, and I was like, how many safe houses did they go to in not Game of Thrones and Spooks? And now you're like, it was just funny, like the mention of these different things, like spies and whatever, safe houses, and the fact like they were both in this program that was really popular in the UK, probably America as well. Yeah, so if you ever get the chance, watch Operation Mincemeat, watch Stonehouse. I've still got to watch that David Tennant thing, that Litvinenko, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's because that Stonehouse was on ITVX, but it was also on ITV1. The David Tennant thing is just on that thing, and I'd have to watch it online rather than like on the telly because, well, it probably is a way of me getting ITVX on here, but yeah. So, anyway, I will see you in my next video, which will be up next Thursday. Yeah. So I'll see you then. Bye bye.